It certainly has. John Bussey, I want to pause for breaking news for just a moment. And this just into the Fox newsroom and here on the Fox News deck. We've just gotten word that it has been decided the Supreme Court will decide the issue of gay marriage for the United States in this term. The court will hear 4 same-sex marriages cases, which are being combined into one case. And the justices are expected to issue a ruling by sometime in June. However, this late in the term, it's possible that the arguments will be kicked to the next term in the calendar, which starts in October 2015. But widely it is believed now that the decision will come from the Supreme Court by June, the 1st of June. The cases are out of Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and Tennessee. They're among 14 states where gay and lesbian couples are restricted from marrying and discriminated against. The Supreme Court will decide this. John Bussey, this is going to ignite a lot.
Yes, it will, and it comes on the heels of a lot of states already getting way out in front on this and legalizing gay marriage. So the Supreme Court is now going to review these steps and decide at a federal level on the gay marriage issue.
Not in every case, but in most cases, the same states which were fighting integration are fighting this as well. Those states which always seem to be behind the curve for reasons which are explainable and understandable. Those are the places where this is going to turn out to be the most difficult, especially if the Supreme Court stays with what has seemed to be a trend toward inclusion and away from discrimination.
Yeah, there's still disagreement on this issue within the American population. Even though you have seen
there's still disagreement on segregation, too.
That too. Yeah. Even though you've seen a much wider acceptance of it over the last 20 years, some of that was driven by the business community, which was lobbied to have same-sex partner benefits in the company, and as a result of that, a certain amount of acceptance occurred within the business community, within the workplace, and that filtered out into society in general. So you've seen a really remarkable shift in public sentiment on this issue.
These 4 cases, although they fall along the same lines, they have very distinct differences, the cases themselves. So by combining them, would that suggest to us that the Supreme Court is going to establish the larger issue of whether telling people they can't get married because of the sex they're planning to marry, whether that is a discrimination that is unconstitutional? It seems otherwise it would be hard to combine these.
Yeah, I mean, some of this is sort of expeditious, right? You don't want to have a multitude of cases stretched out over a period in which you have a limited amount of time to consider a vast array of constitutional law issues. But it would suggest what you're describing is that we're going to get a pronouncement from the Supreme Court that's going to give guidance much more broadly to this issue.
So that we'll take it up in this term. The thinking is that there should be a decision by June. There's the possibility that because there's a lot going on in the Supreme Court at this moment, that it might get kicked to October of 2015. But at any rate, it's coming from the Supreme Court. Thank you.
Pleasure.